At the risk of sounding completely retarded, I was just sitting there getting my video into frame. And see that reflection right there? It should be what's causing this right here. That's the arc of the wood. But I sat the camera there and just kind of thought for a second, just kind of staring at the background. And this appeared during a specific stream of thought. Trying to point at the screen. Yeah, that works real well, doesn't it? You can see right what I'm pointing at. Um, this guy here just appeared. You can see, like, on the camera at least, it looks like he's flashing. And then right when I did like this, it was like blocking all the light that it should be getting. The screen went really dark. So, I got a lot of videos of weird things like this happening, but a lot more conclusively in some cases, and less conclusively in others. But for those of you with understanding of fractal reality and spiritual things, this, for all you know, could be a star. There could be the spirit of a star in this little speck of light. Yes, I'm aware that sounds fucking retarded or silly or crazy or whatever you want to say. Yes, I'm trying not to use the word retarded, but after growing up in the 80s and 90s, to try to do that makes you feel retarded. Um, like, have you ever watched the frequency at which a star blinks and flashes? That's all I'm saying. A lot of the things that you think are anomalies, like I have pretty low quality video here because I don't have a giant SD card, and I don't want to delete any more of my freaking music. Um, but a lot of anomalies that you see on videos that you think are just the result of digital errors or whatever explanation you've been told, you're seeing different types of radiation from interdimensional things. Period. It's everywhere. Like, so you look at this fuzzy stuff right here. Okay, look at all this fuzzy stuff here. If I hold my cigarette, hold my cigarette way over there, and hold completely still. It's not flickering because it's a digital display. This fucking little flashing thing here didn't just appear because it's a digital display. Look at this guy. Dude, he's trying to tell me something. It's like Morse code or something. He's trying to tell me, shut the fuck up and keep making your video. Oh, wait, see, look, there's a light above it that I uncovered. Now, because I've focused on this fractal being, it has permission to continue to show up in this reality. It's possible, okay? It's possible. And talking about that crazy of shit took me a while to become comfortable with, I must say. It took me a while to become comfortable with just being me. And then after I got that far, after I just accepted who I was, the depression kicked in because it sucks to be me. Look at me sitting here talking about fucking fractal realities with some goddamn dots. But, you know, I got a lot more to regurgitate for you, baby birds. And a fucking archive of videos that show a pillar of thunderstorms just piling up in the same place for weeks. Just before the whole Temple of Heaven thing. Temple of Heaven thing. Okay, so. Anyways, before I get off too far on a tangent, the initial reason I was adjusting the camera before I got distracted, like a little bit. Did anybody just see a white sparkle come from that guy? Okay. I can go out at night and I can make sparks fly from the fucking moon, stars, whatever. All right. So that's one of the tests I do. And if you want to somehow go back and pause or whatever, I'm sure there's been plenty of orbs in my videos. Oh, fuck, I can't even describe how many orbs me and my wife and any friend who was over at the time have been able to see. Okay. Now I'm looking at the camera too hard. Anyways, Jesus Christ. The point of this video was just to simply have a little mental exercise. Okay. And irony of ironies, I kind of make a joke about this every time I get ADD, and this whole video so far has been just a little exercise in ADD. Another sparkle. Anybody didn't see that. And notice I moved the camera, but these fucking things are still. Not that. That's fucking reflection. I can cover that up. Okay? I can't cover this other fucking thing. And there shouldn't be any other light getting to. I mean, that's inside the. Anyway. Going to just be a human for a little while and not zap anything. Whatever the fuck I was saying, blah blah blah. Leadership. Oh yeah, we're doing that. But we're doing a poetic little series of events. Because I no longer really enjoy leadership. Let those with understanding hear that one. Leadership, humility, zeal, and ambition. Leadership, humility, ambition, zeal. Zeal, humility, ambition, leadership. At a glance, these things seem very different. But there's a fine line between all four of them. Kind of like the fine line between genius and insanity. Oh, ironies of ironies. I should have to bring that one up. I don't give a fuck either way, which I am. Consider both on a regular basis. Don't care either way. Otherwise, how would I maintain objectivity? And let's just say I'm objective to a fault. So, the reason why I say the lines blur between these things is, let's start with leadership. Compare it to zeal, ambition, and humility. I just kind of, it's a mental exercise. You write down ideas and you compare them to each other, one by one. That is darkness caused by the camera and not spiritual pressure. See? So leadership can be a good thing or a bad thing. And whether or not your leadership can be a good thing is determined by your ambition. Is your leadership based out of pure ambition? Or is your ambition rooted in humility or true zeal? In which case your leadership is very much needed these days, actually. Humility. Now, humility can also be caused by ambition. People can take on the veil of piousness and indeed restrict themselves, but the purity that they create due to their ambition is a false purity. It is a self-righteousness that is both unnecessary and unproductive. And in fact, in many instances, is counterproductive. Because when you act like your shit doesn't stink, people don't want to follow you around because you don't check and see if your drawers are dirty. Yeah. So your humility should be due to zeal. And zeal comes in many forms. Zeal is something that has been corrupted by Zionism. But zeal in its original form was the ability to sacrifice yourself for God. And it was that zeal that enabled 300 men to suffer very few losses. Because when you trust God to that level, that you would give your life for the will of love, there is no greater power that a man can have. And thus, humility with zeal in mind, or zeal with humility in mind, would make you good at leadership. But zeal, due to ambition, is the ultimately dangerous form of self-righteousness. And that is when zeal lacks humility. But when true zeal is the root of your leadership ambitions, humility will allow love to guide you. Okay. Fourth one. I'm not going to make this too long. Ambition. Start with ambition. Zeal. This is how I'm doing it. Okay. Ambition. Now, like I said, ambition can corrupt zeal. Because if the ambition is the primary guiding force behind your zeal, the God that you worship is a false God. That is, having zeal to excuse greed means that you worship mammon. Having zeal to excuse deception, oh, I'm lying to them people because God prefers me over them, you worship Baal. having zeal to excuse perversion, Khazars. Oh, I'm God's chosen people, even though you're fucking not. You're Satan's chosen people. But because you think you're endowed with some right to zeal without the responsibilities of leadership, the humility to be guided by God, and because you are overcome with personal ambition, your ambition, your zeal has been guided by lust. I think I lost where I was going there, but perfection doesn't exist, nor fucking should it. Speaking of mental exercises, I think everybody pretty much knows the lesson that I was trying to teach there. If the ambition in your heart, or if your zeal is guided, I think I got backwards there, but I was making a good point. That's why I got confused, because I noticed I was going backwards. And I'm like, wait, I defied the premise of the pattern I was trying to establish there in my banter or whatever. Blah blah blah. Imagine, if you will, a world or a universe, a reality, where the, and this is just for the purposes of mental exercises, to simplify your life, my friend. Um, Imagine a universe where everybody drew circles. Okay, and that's all they did. The purpose of life in this reality was to be able to draw a circle. No, I'm not trying to hypnotize you. I'm kind of distracted. No, sorry. Draw a circle. Okay. And people spent their lives studying the art of drawing circles. People compared their circles to each other's circles. People prayed in circles. People enjoyed circles. Circles was their thing. They had circle contests. They had circle news. The meaning of life was to draw the best circle you can draw. What if one day somebody was born from birth able to draw a perfect circle? During school, when they're a child, first it would be amazing. Look at the perfect circle this kid draws. Wow. And you get all this attention. And as he grew up and everybody else is learning to draw circles, he just, perfect circle. When he got older, everybody's having circle contests, circle debates, philosophizing, or however the fuck you say that, about circles and the merits and demerits of the different circles of various historical figures whose circles were of great note. And then Perfect Circle Boy walks in and everybody shuts up. Oh, Jesus. This guy with his perfect fucking circle. What do you care to add, genius? but he wouldn't have anything to add because he never learned how to make a circle. He never experienced the trials of competing with other people in circle contests. He didn't go to circle school. He didn't go to circle church. He probably never got to have a circle jerk. But wait, nobody should have a circle. That's disgusting. Sorry. Word banter. I'm a pun lover. Yeah, not go anywhere with that. I've already gone too far, clearly. But the idea is at this point, having no experience to draw on, how can he teach anyone how to draw a circle? Where is his room to criticize the circles other people have drawn? How would he have the right to judge the circle of somebody else if he was born just drawing perfect circles like he was just taking a shit, you know? See, if you were born, or if I was born, let's just say for instance, and I could draw a perfect circle my whole life, well, one thing we know about circles, my life would have that in common with them. They are